I can't.
I woke up in the middle of the night. And
I know we'll probably edit this part out too. But whatever.
I woke up and I reached down and I thought they were my boxers, but they were my wife's like booty shorts, and I put them on to go.
You know,
I'm looking for you, actually. You're Cindy?
you're such a
nice to
little sweet talker you are.
A little bit, yeah. Don't tell anyone. Let's keep it our secret, okay? Well, you know, I thought I really knew vodka, but as it turns out, I don't know shit. Today we're in Medina, Ohio at a place that turned this ordinary industrial park into a high-tech, highly spirited laboratory. I'm telling you, this place rocks. In 2020, they survived a worldwide pandemic launch, giving away thousands of bottles of sanitizer made right here. And now they are rewriting the rules of craft spirits. This place is incredible. And when the guys told me they were distilling today, I only have one thing to say. Don't be surprised when I ask, can I go to work with you today?
For money, get ready, I work. For a friend, loving more friends, and all in my work. No cash, wanna hang out, kan jadi awkward. No rest, till I famous, yang jadi password. Work.
Paula, can I go to work with you today?
Over here, over there, or wherever?
Yeah, like we can move around a little bit here.
Okay.
Like,
All right.
so this was the original.
Yeah.
I know it's your office now, but this was like the original like showroom, like in bar.
So this is all we had at
everything.
first. At first, we only had 2 small rooms. This and where the still is right now. So this had to be our to the public tasting room, selling bottles, and double as an office for 2 of us. So we built this ourselves. I shot a little finishing nail right through my finger, putting all this on together myself for the first entire COVID year and all the sanitizer we gave away, and really into 21. This was it. This was the public facing space, and this is what we did it in. Right away, my mom was helping, man the front, handing bottles of sanitizer out to all the cops and nurses and stuff that were coming in. And Brad and I were in that room 9 to 9 every day.
Yeah.
7 days a week. This was our front door. And then walking in here, this was the whole distillery at one point. This, obviously the big still wasn't here yet. That was our still for that first, year and a half. This is what we did all the sanitizer around, and all of our first bottles right here in this room. Everything was packed in here. Bottling, putting everything together, packaging, you name it, all happened in this room. I know there's some stuff sticking out.
Trip hazard there a little bit. Yeah. So yeah, everything.
1,000 square feet.
Just in this 1,000 square feet.
800, 200, 1,000 square feet. We did absolutely all of that stuff in. But this one coming around here, this first one, is something we made in the basement to see what it might look like. This is a bottle from somebody else that we stripped bare. This is electrical tape that we put together as this is what it's going to look like, That is the first still, by the way. That was in my basement to put this together on. And yeah, we were literally, our filter system was like this.
Yep.
Our bottling was like this.
Yep.
If I notice Godzilla, then I'm not rocking hard enough, so it was kind of keeps me in check a little bit, so if I notice Godzilla and I see Godzilla, become Godzilla so you don't see Godzilla, you know what I'm saying? We were at the point where we were running this 6 days a week. When we were only open 5 days a week. Now we were open 6 days a week. We ran it every single day. And what we could get from running this 6 days a week, 8 hours a day, we can put out in one run of this.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So, and it kind of goes back to efficiency and when you do something so many thousands of times, it's like if you can say, if you can save yourself 5 seconds, if you do something like 100,000 times and you can save yourself 5 secones every time,
a lot of seconds.
You literally just saved yourself 500,000 seconds of your life.
Yeah.
If you can now, that's like, God knows, I can't even do the math right now, so have to ask AI. But that's a lot of time.
Mother's Day, yeah.
Monday, which
You guys ready for a 2-minute history on vodka?
No.
8th century or 9th century in Russia or Poland. Long before any of us were drinking vodka and Red Bulls, the world's most versatile spirit was actually used as a medieval medicinal tonic throughout Eastern Europe. Derived from the Slavic words Znenia Voda, or water of life, this magical elixir was routinely used as cold medicine or for toothaches, and often used to clean and treat wounds. Voda became vodka, translating to little water. The exact origin of vodka is a highly spirited debate even today. It could be from Russia, it could be from Poland. What are your thoughts? Do you care? Fun fact, vodka seems to have been discovered as an incidental byproduct from making beer and wine. Before today's distillation process, early creators would freeze their beer and wine outdoors during the harsh winters. Since water freezes first, a strange, crude, and potent spirit would separate. This became the freeze distillation process, and the intoxicating spirit produced was then collected and sold in waste buckets, infused with honey or fruit to make it somewhat consumable. 10th century, vodka became a DIY one-pot operation known as batching, and most made it in their own kitchen. Pretty simple process of heating potatoes or grain until the starch is released and converted to sugar. The resulting liquid matter was fermented, then heated to separate the good stuff. 1782, Lviv, which today is part of Ukraine, but was part of Poland in 1782. J.A. Bekzuski, the first commercial vodka brand, and it was offered in an elegant crystal decanter as opposed to a wooden bucket. 19th century, innovation strikes with the invention of continuous column stills. 1801, French chemist Jean-Edouard Adam designs a complex distillation system using a series of connected vessels to redistill alcohol vapors in a single continuous process, primarily for wine. 1826, Scottish distiller Robert Stein invents the first commercial vertical column still that allowed grain wash to enter continuously at the top while steam entered from the bottom. This eliminated the need to stop and clean out a single pot between batches. 1830, shit is about to get real. Anus Coffey, Irish inventor and former tax inspector. Wait, his name is Anus Coffey? 1830, this Irish dude perfected Robert Stein's design by adding internal heat exchange plumbing that used the incoming cold wash to preheat the system, making it incredibly fuel efficient, and this technology is still in use today. 1864, Smirnoff, the first global mega brand coming from Moscow. Smirnoff was the first to use charcoal filtration on a commercial scale. 1934, Russian immigrant Rudolf Kunet pops up in Bethel, Connecticut, and opens the very first commercial vodka distillery in the United States, using the French spelling Smirnoff and that recognizable Smirnoff taste enjoyed at gas stations everywhere. 1972, Stoli Shania enters the chat. 1976, vodka overtakes whiskey in U.S. alcohol sales. 1979, Absolute enters the chat. 1980, white girls wasted everywhere. 1997, Tito's, better than Smirnoff. 2020, BKO Distillery. Let's get just a little dark for a second here. Like, so obviously COVID hit. So I got to imagine, like, during that time, it's like, fuck, what have we done? Like, obviously, I know, obviously here we are years later at work, but like, was there a time during that period where it's like, okay.
No, that was the wildest time too, because like, we make alcohol, you know, and we just opened, and like, and sanitizer was like freaking gold at the time, you know, and then we wound up giving it away for free. We gave like 14,000 bottles of sanitizer for free. Like, amazing. I mean, we did 32 area police departments. We did all 6 area hospitals. You know, we did post offices from like Cincinnati driving up. But like when everyone was like, oh, and lockdown, and everyone was like lockdown, and you know, our day just went from like, okay, a couple hours a day, maybe 3 days a week, to like 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. 7 days a week. Like we got these essential, you know, so there was no like, it was such a freaking blur. Like I was like, I don't even know what is happening right now. But like, you know.
Brad and I were seeing all the news stories like everybody, and all this sanitizer wildness, and everybody's gouging, and some idiot in Kentucky like hoarded a whole storage unit of 1 million of them, and they were charging a bunch on eBay. And we're looking at each other like, we make high proof alcohol. Like that's what this is.
Right.
So I sent emails to the TTB reps and the state reps saying, hey, we make high proof alcohol. Is it okay if we make sanitizer products for people right now? they came back with like, I don't want to be legally responsible for what you're asking, you know, BS answer. This is how I know we were the first distillery to actually try it, because I got zero response from them.
Oh, okay.
So finally, as another week or so goes by, we're like, we're just going to do it we're not going to charge for it. We're not going to do anything. We're going to make sanitizing alcohol, give it away. We figured it'll be a nice little gesture for all the people that just voted for us. When they come in, they can have a little bottle of this for free. Here, thanks for voting for us, you know, yada, yada, yada. That the news got a hold of.
As News 5's Clay Lepard and photojournalist Dave Columbine shows us, BKO Distillery opened just days before the world closed.
It's an extremely surreal feeling. This is how we were filling these bottles, one at a time, by hand.
Like a parent showing us baby pictures.
It was the weirdest and craziest way to start a business.
Ken Obloy shares the struggles of a newborn business.
9 a.m. to 9 p.m. here, 7 days a week.
After 2 years of cutting away all the red tape, Obloy and co-founder Brad Kochman opened BKO Distillery in Medina in 2020. Although you probably don't remember that.
We opened February 22nd of 2020. Immediately, everyone knows what happened right after that.
Our whole kind of like business plan got like flipped upside down because of that. You know, so that in the very, very beginning, like when we were talking about doing this, you know, I had all these contacts in the music industry, and Ken had all these contacts, you know, because he's in the more like the local thing, but he knew like every single bar and restaurant, like, everywhere. You know, from playing, you know, they would play in, you know, like Pennsylvania, like Michigan, Indiana, all over Ohio, you know, so he had that local bar, the contacts, the bar owners knew him, like, you know, and I was like, okay, you got my contacts in the music industry to like do all that, and like, this is our plan, you know, we'll get a little spot and do all that. And then like COVID happened, and they're like, well, you know, music is illegal, you know, you can't have any more than, you know, freaking 4 people in like a stadium or whatever.
30 feet apart.
35 feet apart, you know, and all this, you know, and you gotta wear a mask, and you know, all this crazy stuff, you know.
All of a sudden, every police station in Ohio, every post office in Ohio, 7 different hospitals in Ohio, 32 police departments, 28 post offices, the FBI office in Cleveland are all coming here, this brand new little tiny business for free sanitizer. And we're not charging for it, we're just giving it away.
Yeah.
And we're definitely going to go out of business. We just opened, we could never really be allowed to operate yet. Everything shut down, and we're giving stuff away for free. But it was really an amazing moment because the community started to step up and help. You know, once they saw the stories and saw what we were doing, the Heartland Church started bringing us sugar and old wine and other stuff to ferment. To help do it. Weidmuller, a company here in Medina, started printing labels for us. RPM International, they own Rust-Oleum, or their big Medina company, saw the thing and like, we'll get bottles for you. What do you need? Let's help you do this. And all of a sudden, these other companies started helping us do it. So we were able to give it away the whole time. And it was a really wild way to get introduced to the community, of course.
Yeah.
But it did introduce us to the community, I guess. But
Was there a dark moment there where you thought, we just got to wrap this up and we need to get on with our lives and do something else?
I mean, we never gave up or thought about giving up really seriously, but there was a million times, yeah, where it's doing something like this, starting a business and an intricate one that's got a lot of regulatory, got a lot of overhead and all that kind of stuff is always going to be almost an impossible task. And when I say almost impossible, I mean, it's going to take everything you think you thought you had and then some. It's going to strain all your relationships. It's going to drain all your accounts and max all your credit cards. It's going to really stress out your friends and family and everything. You're not going to have any time for anything. You're going to miss holidays and birthdays. You're going to almost kill yourself physically with bad health because you're neglecting eating right and sleeping right and whatever. I'm way overweight what I should be. I don't eat right. I don't sleep right. I don't think all those things. So yes, it's going to take everything you got.
Yeah.
And it takes a certain type of personality to be able to handle that. And I think honestly, that's probably what separates more often than not, other than like a good idea or bad idea. I think more often than not, what separates successful business owners from non-successful is the willingness to get the crap beat out of them and keep, it's the Rocky in you that you can just get up and go do it again.
Hey, speaking of good ideas and bad ideas and getting the crap beaten out of you, check this out.
Whoa. Now I'm standing in the New River Gorge in West Virginia wearing cowboy hats. These things are rugged. These are not these cheap little hats that you get that start falling apart after you wear a couple of times. Nope. Wait, I have an idea. You know, I always wear a cowboy hat everywhere I go, but up here, it's pretty windy, so I switched over to cowboy hat. Cowboy Revolution clothing. These are super high quality, and good news, we get 15% off of these, sometimes even more. Use our code TheThirstyCowboy. I'll put a link in the description at the end. Make sure you pick up one of these hats. Super high quality. You can beat the hell out of these things. They just keep going. They make great gifts too. Now let's go back to whatever video it was I was showing you.
He's a thirsty cowboy, and he's
I need a
doing
thirsty cowboy.
And
Just
pleasure to meet you. It's, I mean, honestly, yeah, yeah, she's just getting divorced.
Yeah, so before we load that up, we take a reading on the tote. So we do, like I said, we did a two-stage fermentation. I've never seen anybody do a two-stage fermentation. It's just something that we kind of developed. Mathematically, if I have 18 totes full, I can run this literally every single day and have enough wash that has the proper fermentation time. Yeah, so I gotta be able to get 3 weeks out of ferment. So yeah, the way kind of the math works out, there's been 5 or 7 days in the conical fermenters. Those get combined into one batch, and those move over to the holding tanks for an additional 2 weeks. So basically, what we're doing here is letting the yeast consume all that sugar and turn it into nothing but alcohol, so there's no sugar left. But it also gives time for that yeast to like flocculate out of suspension. But I don't want to put all that yeast in the boiler because it'll freak it out and give flavor. And like flavors are like kryptonite.
Right now it's at 145. I use the hot water off the still to recycle water because why waste the hot water, right?
Another example of how we recycle big distillery. Yeah, we literally, instead of putting that down the drain.
So, but the hot water coming in is hotter than we need it. We gotta cool it down. Okay. If I let it go too long, I got way too much hot water, and now I gotta start draining some of it. So if I'm talking too long, that's exactly what happened. So now I'm cooling it down and draining it at the same time because I got too much water. And yeast, by the way, is yeast. Oh, wow. It's a microorganism, so it can adapt, it can do different things. If you're in a whiskey place that wants to do a specific flavor profile, they culture a very specific type of yeasts. We're trying to not have it taste like yeast.
Flavor at all.
We're trying to have no flavor. Yeah. Our fermentation is long. So there are shops that do this in 3 days. And there's a whole bunch of fun tricks you can do to make that happen, to make fermentation go faster. One of the reasons why these fermenters and this method is very old school moonshinery is on purpose. We don't use anything of the tech that you can use to speed this process up because the trade-off is once again the esters that the yeast will form and throw out. So anything you do to influence the yeast to make it do its job faster will also influence it to create flavor profile throw off. They call them esters, things it throws off into the product. Right. If you're making a craft beer, that's what you're trying to do. Right. That's the whole game. That the name of the game is to create your flavor profile. Yeah. But if you're trying to make a neutral spirit vodka, all that's going to work against you. Diammonium phosphate and calcium. Okay. And you can actually get that separately. Everybody thinks this is drugs, by the way. Every time I do this and I spread this out, they literally make all kinds of jokes, of course.
Should we do a bump?
Yeah, right? If this was what you're thinking, it would also be a lot more money. I'd just be selling that, I guess.
Right, yeah. Bypass all this other nonsense over here.
What matters to us is creating as neutral alcohol as we can in the beginning. And that's why we use cane sugar. It immediately began as an idea for a career change. And that is one of the, okay, let me back up. So Brad and I were both musicians, and at this point, him and I have played guitar for a very long time, and long ago we were in a couple of bands together. And at the time I was in a cover band that was just hired for events and stuff. It wasn't doing original music anymore.
Ooh, I'm on fire! funk fire. Now baby, get your booty, they can pick up all your clothes and rock the funk fire.
And it's taxing and it sucks. And when you're 22, it's a lot of fun. You know, you're gone all the time and you're whatever. But when you're older and you've got wife and kids in a house and you're looking at birthdays and holidays on FaceTime because I'm wherever I am, it sucks.
Yeah.
It starts to really take
It's
a
a
toll
job
on you.
at that point,
And him and I were getting frustrated with our situations, just not being happy about it, you know. And we were friends forever for the longest time. And he'd come home from tour and I'd be back or whatever. We'd meet up at the bar and have a drink. And he's in an original band. It's a band called Nonpoint. I'm sure a lot of people heard.
What's up, this is BC. I play in a band called Nonpoint. Play PRS guitars, obviously. This is my main girl right here. Her name's Godzilla. Big Godzilla fan. Rich Hannon, PRS guitars, thank you. Love you. My favorites.
We started talking again about just trying to have some fun with music. It was actually started with music. So he started coming over to my house and we were writing another album.
No shot of getting on the radio and, you know, single and angry stuff, you know, so people would get together with like guitars and like, have, you know, whiskey or something, you know.
We're doing this for a few months and Christmas is coming up and I just had just in a fairly new house and I was having a Christmas party and him and his daughter and his family come over and I poured us a drink as he walks in.
He hands me a glass of whiskey, like right there in the foyer, you know, and then he's like, so what if we make our own whiskey? And he's like, chink, and like walk away and meet the next person, and I'm kind of standing in the foyer, I'm like, that would be sweet, like, how do you do that, you know, so.
He spent the whole party silent in the corner, like Googling stuff.
The whole party, I'm like, you know, on my phone, like, you know,
And then we turned my basement into a chemistry set and spent a year tinkering around with all that. The original test still is still in that thing over there you saw. Yeah. Again.
Music is all math, you know, and signal flow, and you know, go to my guitar, but we'll just pedal into that, not over here, and you gotta keep it to get how you want it to sound.
Right, yeah.
So this is basically like guitar, but without I'm using liquid, and like instead of ear, I'm using taste, and you know, it's kind of the same thing, you know.
different scent, but that actually, that's radical.
Chemistry was just a thing that's just in my life anyway from the family business. So, and I was always kind of a science geek anyway.
So figuring out distillation was not difficult. Like,
No,
it's pretty simple.
No,
chemistry.
The distillation is actually really basic, simple chemistry to anybody that's.
There's people in the fucking hills of West Virginia, you know, sitting next
watch
to a
moonshiners.
tree.
Watch moonshiners. They pull it off all the time. I don't think this guy can read, but he can definitely distill.
You can't see anymore either, ironically. But like,
I mentioned Clint, by the way, right before you go.
Clint,
you know Sevendust? And it was, this is artist model, by the way. Turn it over. There's no serial number on it. It's straight from the PRS factory. That guitar has been to every major city you can think of.
That's wild.
And the Seasons record for Sevendust, the Dark New Day record for Sevendust, and I'm not sure which other ones. Now that I think about it, but there's a bunch of videos of him playing it. He ended up giving it to Brad because they've been friends for a long time, and Brad played it on a bunch of Empire tours. And now it's on the wall here.
That's pretty cool.
And there's another one over there, actually. It's another one of his, the PRS, because they were both PRS guys. Clint had the big bright idea to make a completely blacked out PRS guitar. No markings, no nothing. And then he realized on stage you can't see a goddamn thing. So it was kind of funny. So they ended up, you know, starting to label it and put some markings on it so you can see something.
That's pretty cool. He's got Dimebag sticker on the back of it.
Yeah.
That's badass.
To the outside world, that looks like a meth lab.
Yeah.
Kind of suspicious looking.
Yeah.
Well, he's, you know,
a little Walter White.
Yeah, you got all this chemistry going on. What are you guys doing? You know?
Yeah.
Start talking about all kinds of science and their eyes roll back in their head. They don't even know what you're saying. What they wanted to do was just try what you were making.
Yeah.
So we started making a joke. So our friends and family say, hey, what are you guys doing? We'd say, it's magic. Just try this.
Now go ahead and stick your finger in and just put that on your tongue and just try it.
Yeah.
Now it's like a little bit like putting your tongue on a battery. It's super high proof, but like you can taste that kind of real alcohol forward, right?
Yeah.
Now to go over here and taste it off a little bit. The difference between that and what I just took off. way less forward, more back end. And then
Oh yeah.
And then about 2-3 gallons in, like it's gonna become like. So this is an alcoholometer. Basically, I'm just testing the proof.
Oh, okay.
And so it's 95.9.
And then checking your temperature.
75.4.
So if you're aiming for straight blindness and organ failure, this is what you drink right here.
Really not a good idea. I mean, this is just basically your like the real Everclear, in the name of science, I've done a shot of it before, because I'm a scientist.
Yep.
But it's like, you hit one and you'll sit back and you're like, that one was so bad, and then like 10 minutes later, you feel like you've done like 4 or 5 shots. And you don't really have to do all this stuff that I'm doing. I mean, it's the way that we do it. It's nice to have a little quality control check, basically on every gallon.
Yeah, I mean, a quality product's not put out by mistake.
No. And also, like, we're doing stuff in such small batches, like keeping that consistent is really hard. Put all that money.
But yeah, the bottle just evolved naturally over time as a combination of the circumstances and our backgrounds and aesthetics that we like, and it was really natural, actually.
Yeah.
It wasn't a focus. There was no focus groups.
No focus group.
Yeah. The label that we now currently have that we designed ourselves, of course, Brad. The first one we ever did was this one. Somebody walked in and asked us, "Hey, can you make the wax orange for Halloween?" And we were like, "Okay, we can do that." One Halloween, we did our voodoo guy mascot.
Yeah.
The Masters is the biggest event in golf.
Right.
And it like kicks off the summer season, May the 4th.
Yep. Just passed.
50-year anniversary of what was last year of Jaws and Shark Week and all that stuff. People love that.
Is that a glow stick on the one?
Yeah. So last year, this past year, our 6th anniversary was a glow themed party.
Okay.
So this wax glows in the dark.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. If you charge it with light and then look at it, it glows. Yeah. And so does this, and so does this, of course. So they did, I don't know how many of those, like 100 of them for that show. They bought them all to give to their VIPs and whatever.
Yeah, it goes on, it's like about 400 degrees when it goes on, so it's really, really hot. Which is why I have the side. I don't usually do this with a big camera in my face. As we say here, because we like to dip the tip and then watch it drip. So, get your mind out of the gutter. It doesn't mean what you think it means, but it's fun to say.
It totally means what you think.
Or we can do, it does, it totally means it. Ooh, that's a good one.
That's pretty tight.
Might have to purchase that one for myself.
here. Happy Friday, everyone.
Happy Friday. Friday.
Cheers.
Cheers.
To Fridays.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, one more there. There we go. And
To
right
James
there.
Harden. To James Harden.
When I woke up this morning, everything I knew about vodka came from mostly drinking it. But after spending the day here with the team at BKO Distillery, I know now it takes a very calculated, passionate, and maybe even slightly psychotic approach to making such an amazing thing to be shared with friends and family. Cheers!
I'm a cowboy coming home, hear the engines roar, got the whole town waiting, I can